everyone, it's averydawnside and welcome back to another video. Today I am joined by my best friend Ava Clearwood again.
Hi!
And we're going to be filming another video together, and that is our unpopular Star Stable opinions. And the reason why I decided to do this video was because Ava and I talk about this in private all the time. Like, when we do talk about Star Stable, we talk about, like, our unpopular opinions, but we haven't really ever shared them with the world. So today, we're going to be sharing them with the world and doing some training. Are you ready?
Spilling the tea.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Do you want me to go first?
Yes.
So, my first unpopular opinion, which I think, like, is probably my biggest one that people are gonna, like, fight against, is I don't want the character updates. I think this is really unpopular because everyone hates on our Star Stable characters, but I really love my character. I think averydawnside looks fantastic. Like, she looks a little strange some days, and, like, there are definitely some things that could be improved, but the reason why I don't want character updates is because I just, like, foresee it having so many glitches, and, like, what if I hate the way my character looks? What if I have to redo her whole look? And, like, my entire YouTube brand basically is averydawnside and my current character, so I'm like, what if I hate the new character? I don't know, I feel like the players are just such a big part of the game that, like, once they change, if I don't like it, it could really affect the way that I view Star Stable as a whole, you know?
Yeah, this is something we've had several conversations about, and I think we come from the same place about it because we both do YouTube and our character is, like, our entire brand. And I really do feel like your character looks a lot like you, and, like, what if it doesn't anymore?
I know, and, like, don't get me wrong, I definitely think there are some people who have characters that look absolutely demented. But I feel like the combination between, like, the face shape and, like, eyes and stuff and, like, hair that I chose for my character, it doesn't look that bad.
Yeah, no, I really like yours. And I think character updates would be great, like, in the long run, having, like, new animations and just looking more realistic, because they really do not, like, flow with the horse's motion right now, and their ek is highly questionable. So, like, I do want character updates, but it's just, like, risky because I think it would throw off so much.
Yeah, like, that's the thing, like, I want, like, certain things about our characters updated, but I don't necessarily want, like, brand new, totally different characters.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we don't really have a choice. So, yeah, that is my unpopular opinion. So I'm, like, one of those people that everyone's, like, constantly waiting for Star Stable to post about the character updates, and I'm like, please don't. Please don't tell me that they're coming.
Please, no.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to look up what this breed looks like real quick so I can have a good argument here.
I'm ready for this.
So my first one is the Connemara's are/were overrated, and they're not really popular anymore because they are older, but they used to be super popular. They were, like, the realistic roleplay horse. Everyone had it, everyone used it in their storyline, like, right around when I first joined the game, and I just don't think the animations were that good. And I think they look kind of like, they just look choppy, and their legs are just, like, they're just not, like, a cohesive movement, and I don't feel like anyone else feels that way. And it's especially the 𝐴𝐵𝐵𝐻 and gray for some reason, which is funny because we both have it and it's in our storyline. But yeah, that's all I really have to say about that one. I just am not a huge fan. But I think they have a cute face, so it's okay.
I would agree. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I feel like the legs, especially in the, like, half seat canter, like the extended canter.
Yeah, it's like a spider.
Yeah, it's like weirdly, it's like chopsticks.
And the trot is just, like, the legs are kind of funky.
Yeah. I could see that.
I get it because they're older. but I do feel like they were a little overrated for when they first came out.
I feel like that's how the 𝐿 Warmblood, the liver chestnut 𝐿 Warmblood was. Like, that used to be so popular for roleplay, and now I don't really see that horse in roleplay ever, like, anymore.
Yeah, that one was really, really popular.
Yeah. Well, I agree with you for that. I still love Comet, though. Comet will hold a special place.
He's great.
My next one is, I think the Percherons are horrific. I think they are the ugliest horse in the game. They genuinely scare me. Like, whenever I see, especially, like, okay, I'm gonna branch off of this. I don't think I've ever told you this part of this.
Really?
Yes. The Percherons, specifically when they are in that hairstyle where they have, like, the hanging braids, absolutely horrifies me.
I don't know if I've noticed. Wait, let me...
I don't know why, it just, like, really freaks me out. Like, I don't know.
I completely agree on this argument. I think they're terrifying. And...
it's like their head. It's something about their head. Their head is built like...
They look like chickens.
They do! They do! They look like birds! I swear they look like birds.
They look like chickens. It's kind of funny. And they're so big.
They are massive. And, like, I know they're massive in real life, but, like, I don't know. They just really scare me.
They are pretty terrifying. I don't know. Not a horse that I will ever be adding to my stable.
Honestly, I might get one. I might just get one to, like, try and change my opinion on it one day, but we'll see.
We can do, like, best friends by their least favorite horse or something.
Buying the horse that scares me the most. Facing my fears.
Facing my Star Stable horse breed fears.
Yeah.
The Percheron.
I literally remember when it started, though. Like, I was riding around on, like, a tiny pony, and then the Percherons had just came out, and I hadn't gone and seen them yet. And someone appeared on one, and it was, like, 4 times as big as my tiny pony. And I was like, what on earth is that? Like, I thought it was a glitch. I thought it was a Shire gone wrong.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, they're massive. Like, the Clydesdales are big enough, but they're not, like a huge barrel. Like, they're at least, like, somewhat decently proportioned. But this horse is just like a giant chicken with a big barrel.
Yeah, and I feel like that horse specifically makes your character look really bad. Because they're so big.
The character just looks tiny.
Yeah. This is the hairstyle! This is the hairstyle that genuinely freaks me out. It's scary.
Oh!
You can't tell me that's not horrifying.
So interesting.
It freaks me out. I can't do it. We've gotta go.
It looks like, oh my gosh. Have you ever seen, like, in restaurants or something when they, like, it's like this, like, rubbery, like, long strings that, and I don't know what they're made out of, but you can, like, play with them and, like, mold them into stuff.
Oh my gosh, I know exactly what you're talking about, yeah.
And they're, like, colored, I think it, like, starts with a Z or something.
They're, like, waxy.
Yeah, they're, like, wax. And
yeah.
Like, the primary colors, you get them in this little, like, long plastic package. That's what the braid reminds me of. Okay, my thing here is quite it's quite controversial in this community, and it's been a hot topic for quite a while now. But I don't think star coins are way too expensive. I think they're expensive, but I don't think they're, like, completely outrageous, because there are people that work at Star Stable and they have families, they have lives, and they need to make money, and it's not realistic for star coins to cost like $15. You know?
Yeah, I would agree. And I think too, like, I think it makes a difference. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still cry a little bit every time I spend money on star coins, because I'm like, what am I doing?
Sobs do occur.
Yeah, but I would also agree, because I feel like people fail to consider that even though, like, you're paying money for star coins, like, there's the conversion rates, because Star Stable is located in Sweden, and, like, most of their players are not based in Sweden. It's, like, bunch of different regions. So there's like the conversion rates from like credit card companies and things like that. And then there's also like taxes you have to think about, and like all of that gets taken out of what actually goes into the employee's like pocket. So I would agree. I think they like can be expensive if you're buying them all the time, but I think if you like save and like stretch it out, they're not that expensive.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think, I don't know, from the consumer side, like it's definitely a lot of money to pay for Star Coins as a game. But then again, some people are buying it like every month for every double weekend. And, which by the way, they do give you opportunities to not spend as much money. They do have double weekend, which is a great opportunity to take advantage of because they're doubly expensive when it's not double weekend. So you're saving a lot of money.
Yeah. I literally have never bought Star Coins that hasn't been on a double weekend.
No, same. I just could not bring myself to do that because it's just so much more expensive because you're only getting half the amount.
Yeah, I would agree. Okay, and then my last unpopular opinion, which I feel like this one is probably the only one that we disagree on, is that the gates don't affect whether or not I want the horse or not. Because, like, personally, I know I've talked about this on my channel before, I don't really care about the gates. Like, obviously, if it's, like, horrible, I'll notice it. But it's, like, I'm not one of those people that is like, oh, I don't like these gates, I'm not going to buy the horse. Versus, like, I feel like a lot of Star Stable players get really annoyed about if the gates aren't, like, super realistic or if they're, like, a little choppy and stuff. I'm just like, whatever, I like the horse, I'm going to buy it.
I am one of those people. I really care about the gates, and I do take them into consideration very largely when it comes to deciding if I want a horse or not. And it's not, I don't know, I'm not like one to get super annoyed about the game. I definitely used to have very strong opinions when it came to it, but that was when I made it more of my life. But now that it's more just of a side hobby that I just kind of do for YouTube, it definitely, like, it doesn't bother me. It's not like all that I think about, but it does matter to me when I'm picking out a horse because I want them to be smooth and to look realistic and to just fit the horse. And I feel like sometimes horses come out and the gauge, I don't know, I just feel like sometimes they don't fit the horse at all, and it really affects like how the horse looks, and sometimes it's just not, it just doesn't work for me. So, I don't know, it's just something that I do care about, but I can also understand why you wouldn't. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think like what you were saying about how you used to care a lot more about it because, like, that was our life. Like, I think I used to be more like that, but I think now that, like, I don't really ride around or do anything with the horses other than, like, run around and train, I think that's why I'm like, I don't really care how they look. Especially if they have a cute face.
Yeah. I don't know. I think just, like, the horse just in general matters to me. Like, I care about the conformation and the gaits and just how it looks in general. The gaits aren't all that I care about, but it's also because I like buying horses that I could possibly put in my storyline, and I don't want to put them in if I don't like the gaits because they have to look pretty for my videos. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes a big difference too.
Okay, this one's like, there's kind of a lot that goes into it, but I'm gonna make it like pretty general. I am just not a huge fan of the overall fairy tale aspects of the game, and I recognize this is not an opinion, like, I don't know, it's just my personal preference, and I choose to, like, not be a part of those aspects, and other people can, and that's great, because it just depends on what you want from the game, because I am just, like, a very realistic-minded person, and I like all those aspects of the game. Like, I love the realistic tack, just, like, plain black, and I usually wear, like, black boots for stuff. Like, I don't really wear, like, crazy colors all the time. And magical horses, I don't own any, like, coat changing horses. I just love all the realistic aspects, and I've never gotten into the, like, fairy tale stuff. but that's just how I personally am, so I would not be sad if they didn't create any more magical or wild horses. But yeah, I don't know, that's just how I feel.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I have like some magic horse coats, but yeah, it's not like I prefer the realistic aspect of the game too, like as a whole. I think it's just better. But that's just my opinion. Because even though like Star Stable isn't the most realistic, like I prefer more realistic things. So I wouldn't really mind if there was like no more magic in it too.
Yeah, and I mean that doesn't come as a surprise, I'm sure, since we both have like very in-depth realistic storylines. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of like even like druid training, like going around and like going through portals and like trying to run away from shadows. Like I would prefer like courses where you had to like perfect your dressage or like get correct distances or like something like that. I would much prefer over like druid training, for example.
Yeah, I agree. My last unpopular opinion, it's not really an unpopular opinion, it's probably popular, but I'm just gonna say it anyways. So I love Star Stable, but the one thing that I don't like about the current new updates, I think Star Stable is way too stingy about their XP. They need to make races that have more XP rather than like 125 for like a 3-minute race is not fair. Versus like they need to make like more 250, like 275 ones, because it's just becoming like unrealistic to train like your horses like that, you know?
Yeah, I mean with the amount of horses they put out, like it's definitely like a hot topic about like how many horses they put out, and I've kind of stopped caring about that. But I feel like if you're going to add that many horses, you have to compensate with XP, because we can't be expected to be on every day for 2 hours to do all the races. But I don't know, I used to be like that, so I understand that there are still people like that like train constantly, but I just don't have time for that, so it's kind of a personal problem that I can't train my horses, but also I do feel like they have to give us adequate XP, you know?
Yeah, I agree. Well, that is all for today's video. Do you have any final words?
I do not. Actually, no, I do. Don't attack us, please, because we accept and appreciate all opinions in this house.
Yeah, we're just sharing ours because it's entertaining to talk about, but definitely, like, don't attack us because we don't want to die. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I love and appreciate all of you so much, and as always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.